Scottish National Party to make an application for leave to propose a debate on a specific and important matter that should have urgent consideration under the terms of Standing Order number 24. The Right Honourable Gentleman, as I feel sure he will be aware, has up to 3 minutes in which to make such an application. Mr. Ian Blackford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'm most grateful for you for allowing time to hear this application. Given the historic nature of UK politics at this moment, I am grateful that you have given this opportunity for an emergency debate on a specific and an important matter that should have urgent consideration, namely that this House should consider the outcomes of the Prime Minister's recent discussions with the European Commission and European heads of government regarding the withdrawal agreement and potential ways forward. Mr. Speaker, this government has been found in contempt of Parliament, yet still the Prime Minister has failed to show any due respect to this place. This House voted to secure a meaningful vote on the Prime Minister's Brexit deal, and the government agreed to bring forward that last week, yet the government has pulled it. The government breaking its promises and showing utter contempt for Parliament and for the constituents we represent. The Prime Minister is running around like a headless chicken, going to Europe with the begging bowl, grasping at straws to find a way to appease the hard-right Brexiteers in her own mentions. But Europe is not budging. The Prime Minister's deal is dead. The game is over, and the Prime Minister must admit so. Mr. Speaker, we are going into the Christmas period, into recess this week, still not knowing what fate lays ahead as this government buries its head in the sand. It is simply not good enough. The government must respect Parliament and bring forward a vote on the Prime Minister's deal, and do it now. Our constituents expect Parliament to deal with these matters and not to leave the issue of our future relationship with the EU to be left without debate into the new year. We all have a responsibility to show leadership, to show that we can avoid uncertainty and chaos by finding a solution to the current impasse. While the Prime Minister continues to answer questions in response to statements, this format is simply not in itself good enough to air the wide range of views across the House about the current situation and where we go next. It is important that members are given an opportunity to express their views on the apparent diplomatic impasse between the Government and the European Union. I hope that a debate will also draw out other issues needing further discussion, including preparations for a no-deal scenario, the role of the devolved administrations and the role of the House itself in determining next steps. I ask, Mr. Speaker, for an emergency debate to be held in order to us to hold the shambolic and chaotic government to account.
I've listened carefully to the application from the Right Honourable Gentleman, and I am satisfied that the matter is proper to be discussed under Standing Order 24 in accordance with Standing Order 24, if memory serves me correctly, subsection 2(b)(2). I intend to advise the House at a later hour of this sitting, realistically either at 10 o'clock or, if the business were to lapse earlier, before then, my decision on the time to be allocated for the debate and the time at which the debate should take place. There is good reason for that, and for the avoidance of doubt, the particular matter upon which, the specific and important matter upon which the Right Honourable Gentleman seeks the debate is the outcomes of the Prime Minister's recent discussions with the European Commission and European heads of government regarding the withdrawal agreement and potential ways forward. As colleagues familiar with these procedures will know, my normal practice, if I grant such a debate, is to specify the time at which it will take place and the intended duration. There is good reason why I'm not ready to do so at this time, but I must ask whether the Right Honourable Gentleman has the leave of the House for his application. And the answer is that the Right Honourable Gentleman does have the leave of the House. No objection has been registered, and he has the requisite support. So I will advise the House later when the debate will take place and for how long it will last. We proceed to the next business. With the leave of the House, we will debate the 3 motions together. I say with the leave of the House on the assumption that there is no objection. There appears to be no objection. We will therefore have a single debate for up to 90 minutes. I shall call the Minister to move motion number 1 appertaining to electronic communications and to speak to all 3 instruments on electronic communications, digital economy and digital economy. Motions 2 and 3.